It's Mike Unleashed on the BetRivers Network.
All right. It's time for Mike Unleashed. All right. First of all, let's start with this because I don't really understand the fanfare of it. But I'm a cynical guy, so I want to take myself out of the equation here. The solar eclipse, did you buy your special glasses and watch the eclipse?
I have kids, so like each of them came home with like 2 or 3 pairs of them. So they were in my house, even though they were at school during. No, I was working, and I didn't think it would be any different than what it was yesterday. It looked like it was cloudy. That's all. It was cloudy.
Yeah,
I think it was going to rain outside.
I didn't look up. I saw it got dark a little bit, but I didn't look up. And listen, it's fascinating for a lot of people, and it only comes around once every 50 years or whatever. So I get it. I just wasn't interested at all in it.
It's not my bag. I didn't care.
I seen a picture of the eclipse. I know what it looks like. I'm like, why would I have to see it live? Like, I don't understand what that would do for me. But again, I'm an idiot. So
maybe, I thought maybe I'm too self-centered. Like I don't. I'm too busy. I got things going on. I'm too busy.
It doesn't pique my interest enough to go. Oh, I try to go ooh in a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that I can't go ooh about.
I'm right there with you.
So, all right, John Calipari. A few weeks after Kentucky announced that he was staying in Kentucky, he takes a job at Fayetteville, Arkansas. Have fun in Fayetteville, Johnny. Oh my God, seriously? You're going to go to Arkansas to finish your coaching career?
Dude, he ran.
I understand it may have been an untenable situation in Kentucky for Calipari, and this came along at the right time. That Kentucky wanted him out. They didn't want to pay him the buyout. He wanted out because he sensed that he had no longer had loyalty. So he ends up at Arkansas with the Razorbacks. And I don't know what to say. He's making a little less money than he made in Kentucky, but there's a rich guy who backs that program. I forget who he is, but Calipari is close to Calipari. And so he's going to have a lot of NIL money. All right, so he'll probably build Arkansas into something, and it gives them a fresh energy and a whole bit. But I don't know if I could live in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
I think I would have stuck in Kentucky and let them pay me the $30 million.
Kentucky, Lexington's all right. And I go to Louisville if I wanted some excitement. I don't know where I go from Fayetteville. We go Little Rock. I have no idea, but anyway, good luck.
That's a whole part of the country I wouldn't know.
Yeah, good luck to Coach Cal in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and he'll get a lot of players. They'll go down there in Fayetteville, Arkansas to follow Coach Cal. Okay, I don't know who gets the Kentucky job. First name's always mentioned is Jay Wright. We had Jay on last week. Has no interest. All right, we could have told them like before the reporters said, "Well, Jay Wright." Nah, here's a clip. We should have provided that for him. And now they're after Billy Donovan, but they can't get Billy Donovan because he's got the Bulls in the playoffs, and they would have to start now because they got to line up some players, get some players in the portal, a whole bit. So it doesn't look like it's going to be Billy Donovan either. Maybe bring Joe B. Hall back because he's still alive. Joe B. Joe B. Are you alive? I don't know if he's alive. All right. What about God? Who else? Eddie Sutton? Is Eddie Sutton alive? Tubby Smith? Are they out there? All right. Let's move on. WrestleMania captivated Philly for a few days. I don't understand. Listen. I don't follow wrestling anymore. But I know it's a big deal. I mean, people go crazy for it. WrestleMania, people go crazy for it. What do you know about WrestleMania that you can tell our audience, Darren?
Nothing.
You know nothing about it either?
I never followed wrestling. I was never into wrestling.
Really? All the friends you have, all the Bobos in Jersey hang out with, none of them are close to WrestleMania?
No, I mean, not that we don't talk about it. They might like it to watch it, but we don't talk about it. No.
All right, so I don't know what went on. I think Roman Reigns won, didn't he?
I think Roman Reigns didn't he lose? Was he at the guy in the title match that lost?
Did he lose to somebody? Rhodes? Did Roman lose?
I thought that Cody Rhodes, I think that's the guy's name. Anybody listening right now, it's a wrestling fan, is punching their dashboard.
He beat Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes?
All right.
I
think that's what I saw.
Well,
all I know is that Kelsey and Kelsey
Lane
was
Johnson.
involved, and Lane Johnson jumped in, which was probably an easy bet that Jason Kelsey was going to be involved.
Yeah,
right?
and the one guy came in with an entourage with the Mumbers, right?
I think I
the
saw
one
a clip
guy
of that.
came in entourage of the Mumbers. I used to follow wrestling back in the day. Well, obviously, as the great names of wrestling that I used to like, Roddy Piper was one of my favorites. Coco Beware. Yeah, you remember Coco Beware? We had, Macho Man, of course, but then Ravishing Rick Rude, the guy that would come in going like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. I like guys like that. The Hacksaw Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan is one name I always remember.
Hacksaw Duggan.
Yeah.
They were classics. The Junkyard Dog who came in with the chain like he was tied to in the junkyard. So my friends and I kept going back and forth, firing names back and forth. There was Bobo Brazil. I remember he had the
Bobo
coconut.
Brazil.
Yeah, there was Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik. They played that whole
Iron
Iranian USA thing. Somebody had the claw. Was the Killer Kowalski had the claw? Where the claw you put, and then there was the sleeper hold that somebody had. They were the classic days of wrestling. But I don't follow the spectacle of it now. So if you followed it, and you enjoyed yourself. It was sold out at Lincoln Financial Field. So, man.
Huge event down there.
They put on a production. All right, last thing I want to talk about today is Cher. Cher, listen, this goes on a lot in reverse order, where the older man is with the younger lady. But in this case, it's Cher, who's 77, and she's hanging around with a handsome 38-year-old kid named Alexander Edwards. That's almost a 40-year difference. I don't know what kind of shape that Cher's in at this point. I mean, I'm sure she takes care of herself, but she's 77. So I don't know what that would look like. But in any event, what are your feelings about the? Listen, it hits you in the face that like this kid,
literally,
this kid is going. This kid's going. Well, listen, I get her money. She might put me in her will. She also might die, and I get her money. All I have to do is show up.
Is she dating this dude, or is she?
Yeah,
just
she's dating him. No, she's dating him. They're in a relationship.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, what could it be his motivations? And I always go to the selfish motivations. But then I go, is it possible he's in love? Maybe, sure. Is that captivating at age 77 that the 30-year-old kid could probably get anybody he wants of his age? Some actress model, whatever. He's won the Cher. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, love is love, right? When I hear about stories like this with stars, I find it difficult to believe that there is even if the ages match up, I'm so cynical that I don't believe that very many of them are real love, real. You know what I mean? Like they're like one or both of them are in the relationship for, other motives, money, fame. Maybe this kid's a young model. I have no idea what he looks like.
Good-looking kid.
What his background is.
Very good.
Maybe he's a model,
good-looking kid.
and maybe he thinks that Cher in some way can open doors.
Will help his career. Yeah.
Help his career. That's where my mind goes when I hear stories like that.
That's where I go too, and it's really elemental to go there. But I'm starting to think like if it were me, first intimate situation. I hope this doesn't sound chauvinistic, but listen, it's realistic. 38-year-old kid, he's got a hard body, the whole bit. I don't know what Cher looks like these days, but when she first unwraps, I wonder if he goes,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's probably a terrible thing to say. People are out there going, that's terrible for you to say that, Mike. But I'm just wondering.
I mean, yeah, the mind wanders. And the mind quickly turns it off.
Maybe he looks at it, oh my God, she's spectacular still. It's possible that happens as well. All right, that'll close it down for today.
Please.
Again, the BetRivers app is fantastic. I took advantage of it during the tournament, man. I had hard times, and then I rebounded with 6 wins in a row. And frankly, I don't know where to go from here because I'm not a big baseball bettor. But I guess you got the NBA playoffs coming up that you can zero in on. And then of course,
the Masters too. They have
you get the
Masters.
See, I can't bet. I can't bet golf. I just have no idea from tournament to tournament. Usually I try to make that top 5 bet that you can make, and I haven't had much success lately. So I'm going to stay away from golf.
Well, Mike, just a note here from BetRivers. During each round of the Masters, BetRivers is offering live betting specials. You visit the BetRivers app.
Awesome. Yeah, listen, it's a great website for the golf. From round to round, and you see guys that are in the running, and you can always bet top 3, win, play, show type of bets, all that kind of stuff, which would, instead of picking the winner, which is really impossible. I could sit here and go, Scotty Scheffler's going to win. Right, that's no big revelation for most people. But you try to get a guy where you can get the better odds and make a little money. You can also reach me on email. I should do this at the start of the show. I have not gotten. Since doing this podcast, I expected to get a lot of emails. I haven't gotten a lot of emails, and I'm disappointed about it. When I was in radio, I used to get all kinds of emails, and I love going back and forth with people email-wise. So if take the time to email me, and I always give you an answer. It's mike@mikemiss.com. That's the way you do it. If you're thinking of going to the shore in the spring, I got my Natali Vineyards little zip front on. It's a great place to have a glass of wine, sit out in the vineyards, and I'll be there a lot during the springtime months. Also Cameo. If you want a personal shout out, go to cameo.com or go to my website, which is mikemiss.com, and you can click on and get the link to get a personal shout out. Have a great day, everybody. It's beautiful outside. Go out there and hang out. It's the Mike Missanelli podcast brought to you by BetRivers. For Darren, I'm Mike Miss. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.